Arteta's press conference was so unique this time around because he was forced to give answers to the questions surrounding his future. There had been countless claims from outlets such as Sky Sports and ESPN that Mikel Arteta was considering his Arsenal future due to the Barcelona job becoming available. A job that so many people have speculated is Mikel Arteta's dream job. So in this video, we'll go through the answers Arteta gave, and I've interpreted a couple of his answers in a way that may cause concern for some Arsenal fans. But also, what causes concern for me is that Gabriel and Declan Rice could be out with injury. So I've picked a few questions from Arteta's press conference that I believe are interesting, so I can give an opinion on, but I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So get in the comments section and I'll reply to all of you. So let's get into it. So the first question was about Thomas Partey, and the question was, injury updates. Thomas Partey, will we finally see him in the squad? And Arteta said, we have some late decisions to make, but Thomas won't be one of those. Thomas Partey won't be in the squad. And I think this is massively disappointing because we've been led to believe all week that this will probably be the game that we see Thomas Partey reintegrated back into the Arsenal squad. We know he's been training all week with the Arsenal first team, so it seemed natural that this would be the game that he was sort of brought on as a substitute for, say, 20 or 30 minutes. And then that leads us into the Liverpool game perfectly. You know, that would have been the best case scenario. Get 20 or 30 minutes in his legs against Nottingham Forest. And then that puts him in a position where he can maybe start or play for a longer period of time in that Liverpool game, because we know we're going to need our best players available for that Liverpool game. And Thomas Partey is absolutely part of Arsenal's best 11. So to have that stronger midfield would have gave us a massive advantage over Liverpool in this game. And that brings us on to the next question, because this is a concern as well. And when he was asked about others who are racing against time to be available, Arteta confirmed it was Declan Rice and Gabriel that could be struggling. And his demeanour to me suggested that maybe it won't be a race that they can win. And this would be massively damaging as well, because imagine if we haven't got Thomas Partey for that Liverpool game, but we don't have Declan Rice as well. I mean, what else are we left with? You're probably going to be playing a midfield three of Jorginho, Havertz and Odegaard. That is a midfield with no legs whatsoever in terms of having the defensive ability to help your teammates out when Liverpool are attacking. I think that could be massively problematic if we're missing both Thomas Partey and Declan Rice for that Liverpool game. But we know we have to take Arteta's answers that he gives when asked about injuries with a pinch of salt, because he's so often trying to pull the wool over our eyes. You know, we could be in a position where we have none of these players available for Forest or Liverpool, but we could also be in a position where Thomas Partey is actually in the squad for Nottingham Forest, Declan Rice is okay, Gabriel is okay. So we could have a position where we're going to have all three players available for Forest and Liverpool. But again, we could be in a position where none of them are going to be available. So we're just going to have to see what happens against Nottingham Forest. And I think that will give us a massive indicator to see what's going to happen against Liverpool. But if we see none of these three players available for that Nottingham Forest game, I will really start to worry about the upcoming game against Liverpool. And then this question is just kind of finishing on that. When he was asked about whether Thomas Partey will be involved in the Liverpool game, he said, we will see how things evolve. And if that's too short, then that's okay. I mean, if he's saying that's okay, that's all right with him. But for me, that is not okay, because like I said, we definitely need Thomas Partey available for that Liverpool game. And at a very minimum, we need at least Thomas Partey or Declan Rice involved for that Liverpool game. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, and of course we will keep you updated on this situation, so make sure you're subscribed. So the next one was, you know, it was the big one. Arteta was asked about his future, and the reporter said, so I know there's only a few days left of this transfer window and it all seems pretty quiet, so I'm not going to ask about any ins, but on outs, are you leaving the club in the summer? And Arteta said, who, me? No, that's totally fake news. What you read yesterday, I don't know where it's coming from. I'm totally upset about it. I'm in the right place. I'm with the right people. I feel really good about it. I've said many times, I'm immersed in a beautiful journey with this football club, and these players, our staff, our people, and there's still a lot to do. So my thoughts on this are absolutely positive. Mikel Arteta couldn't have done a more thorough job of coming out and saying that he is absolutely focused on this Arsenal job. Now, he does give an answer later on in the interview that maybe does cause concern for some Arsenal fans, and we will go through that when we come to it, but we're doing these questions in order. So my initial thoughts on these comments are brilliant. Arteta seems like he is absolutely focused on the job, and it seems to me like these Barcelona rumours are absolutely rubbish. So I'm chuffed on hearing those. But then again, I guess that depends on your stance on this Arteta in or Arteta out movement. Some fans that want Arteta out would maybe have heard that news and been disappointed, because there is a small minority in this fan base, a loud minority I might add, that do want Mikel Arteta out of this football club. So when they heard that news yesterday, maybe they were slightly disappointed, but then maybe they got happy again towards the end of the interview when they heard what he said. So we will get into that. So the next one was about Martinelli, and it was 2 goals he scored against Palace recently. How important are they for his confidence levels, but also the team, to offer him support to carry on doing it in a consistent manner? And Arteta said, absolutely, sharing the goals is really important, but there is also the individual. There is the me and the confidence, and taking some anxiety away from it and actually scoring 2 beautiful goals like he did is going to make him take a lot of positive things. And I think he's absolutely right. If you go back to last season, Martinelli seemed to get himself in a position or a frame of mind where he probably expected to score in most games, and that's where we saw his numbers go through the roof. He scored 15 goals from left wing last season, which is an exceptional return for such a young winger who is still developing in the Premier League. So I think these goals will give him the confidence needed to now where he can go into games and think, do you know what, I can score in this game and I can score in the next game, and hopefully it makes him go on a run to where he can get somewhere close to those 15 league goals last season. But not just Martinelli, the forward players all, I think, need to take something from that last game. You know, Gabriel Jesus, we've mentioned it a few times, he needs to find his shooting boots. He needs to try and get himself in a run of form to where he does start scoring. You know what it's like when these players start scoring, it's a snowball effect. They score in one game, they can carry that confidence into the next game, and hopefully they can get way more goals going forward. But Saka needs to as well. I mean, if you're looking solely at Saka by his numbers, you would look at it and think, wow, this guy is having an impressive performance. But I believe, and I know many people believe, that there's still improvement to come from Bukayo Saka. I think he's on 13 assists and 9 goals this season already in all comps, which is, you know, in terms of numbers, like I said, these are really great numbers. But if you're looking at the performance, there's definitely more to Saka's game that he can still offer for this Arsenal team. But like I said, I think that's going across the whole team. I think as a team we need to be scoring more open play goals. We know Arsenal are probably the biggest threat from set plays this season. We have some of the highest goals. You've got players like Gabriel who are capable of popping up in these moments and scoring goals, but we need to find a fluidity to our play to where we can open more chances in them open plays. And like I said, I think that will come. I think Nottingham Forest is the perfect game to do that. You know, you're playing a team who is struggling at the minute. You know, they're somewhere near the bottom, so hopefully we're going to dominate possession. You would expect Arsenal to dominate possession in a game like this, and when you do have most of the ball, it is going to allow you to create some of the chances that do make you seem like you're playing more fluid football. So for that reason, I'm excited for the game, because I think this will be another high-scoring game. So the final question was about Arteta's future as well, and it was, you're still young, can you ever see yourself managing another club? So this is a mad question, and Arteta said, today, no, but I don't know. I've played for 2 great clubs in this country. I've moved around in different things. I'm extremely young, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So this is the question that if you wanted to, you could interpret it as Mikel's not ruling out that he could leave Arsenal at some point. And I know that's an obvious one, but at a time where these rumours are milling about, maybe that's not the best choice of words to use at this exact moment, because if someone wanted to, they could run with this story. For example, if you're just taking these words, I'm extremely young, but I don't know what's going to happen, you know, you could print that with Mikel Arteta was asked about his future and he gave this response. So I just think at a time, like I said, where these rumours are milling about, he maybe could have picked a better set of words and come out and point blank denied moving away in the future. Obviously he's going to move away in the future, but I just think it's poor timing, and this could give credit to some of them stories of Mikel Arteta's head being turned. You know, he's not come out and point blank in this question said, I'm not going anywhere, I don't want to hear these questions. He's just said, I'm extremely young, but I don't know what's going to happen. But let me know, do you interpret that answer in that way, Or do you think this is just an obvious answer because Mikel Arteta is just speaking openly? You know, he doesn't know what's going to happen in the future, so he's just letting that be known. But look, all in all, I was more than happy with the responses Mikel Arteta gave in this interview, especially them early answers that he gave. And, you know, he was very open to the fact of even signing a new contract. When he was asked about it, the answer he gave was just, you know, these are things that will happen naturally. I'm not worried about it. These things will happen. I've got a very good relationship with Edu and the board. So it does seem to me, on the whole, that Mikel Arteta does still see his future at Arsenal, which is good. Let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What are you thinking about Declan Rice and Gabriel possibly missing the game along with Thomas Partey? Do you think this is Mikel Arteta playing some mind games? Let me know in the comments section. And as always, thanks to everyone for watching and listening. But before you go, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.